Hi, I'm Shane, and welcome to Shane's Hobby Shop. Today's project, well, it's going to be a fun one, because see, Mom sent me to the store after this. So let's try and make a box for it, shall we? Okay, go ahead and pre-measure your bottle before you start cutting your boards. That way your bottle will fit in the box. Now this is my bottle and I'm going to be going off of the measurements that I get off of here. But again, yours might be a different size. So what I'm going to be doing is going to go ahead and making it 13 inches long and 5 3/8 of an inch wide. Now yes, that is going to be a little bit wide, but we're going to do that on purpose so we can trim it up later to make sure it's all down to the right size. Alright, let's get busy. Now a good rule of thumb, if the width of your board is actually shorter than the length that you're going to be cutting, go ahead and add another piece of wood here to your fence line. That way when you're going ahead and cutting, if the board happens to cut that way, you'll have extra room here to play with and you won't be getting into your blade and having a kickback. Also, it's a good rule of thumb, if you're just not too for sure about the cut, go ahead and put this on. And if you're still not too for sure, don't do the cut. Now this is what I'm saying. See, right now I can put my finger in between the cut board and my blade. That way when I'm cutting it, if it happens to kick over, look how much playroom I got here to kick. That's because I started out over here, away from my blade. Now if I would have been up on the blade and up on my fence, if it would have kicked back, it would have went this way and would have done some serious damage. Now after you cut your 3 boards to 5 3/8, we're going to take one of those and we're going to cut the top and bottom out of that board, which is going to be 5 1/4. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that one. Okay, you may be thinking, we're cutting these boards a little big. Well, that's because we're going to be using finger joints or box joints, whichever way you want to call it. So I got my iBox jig set up, went ahead and got me my dado blade put in, and also a throat plate. So let's go ahead and set the wood up to cut. Okay, I'm only going to be joining the top and the bottoms on finger joints. So let's go ahead and mark, we're going to go ahead and mark one side here. That way we'll notice that this is one side. And I'm also going to go ahead and do this right here so we can keep track on which is top and which is bottom. Alright, so let's go ahead and start these joints. Okay, this is why I wanted to cut it a little heavy. See this right here, little finger here? It's not a complete finger. I want to go ahead and cut this off now. And the reason why I want to do it now and not the first cut, because what if you would have just missed cut, you know? Then this finger wouldn't have been a complete finger. So now we can go ahead and set the blade up to make sure we only cut this one finger off on all the boards, and then they'll be nice and square. So let's go ahead and change over to our normal table blade, and let's go ahead and make those cuts. Alright, let's get to it. Okay, what we're going to do now, we're going to take both our sides and our top and bottom, and we're going to put a dado into it. Here's a test piece I got here. I'm about 3/8 of an inch down and maybe about 5/8 of an inch in. Roughly guessing. I'm just really eyeballing it here, but we're going to go ahead and put that dado in on, like I said, the top and bottom and to both sides. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. Now before I do this last one, instead of doing the dado, I'm going to go ahead and cut it completely through. Alright, let's do that. Okay, doing one more dry fit on it. This is what we got so far. This is the front of it where we cut it off pretty nice, even. You got your fingers on here a little proud. That's okay. I like leaving them a little proud so I can sand them down smooth. Now for the lid, we're going to use a 1/4 inch plywood. Now I already got 1/4 inch plywood, and I actually looked out because it is the exact size that I need. So we're going to go ahead and slide this on up in here. Now we're going to go ahead and put a mark. Well, let's do here and right here. Is that where we're going to cut it at? No. We're going to go ahead and flip it over. Now then, we're going to put a line here. That is where we're going to mark it at. Okay? Well, that's where we're going to cut it at. So go ahead and slide that off. But let me put it back on and show you what I'm going to do. What I'm going to do is, that's the lid. Now then, I got a piece of cut off here. Just happens to be, well, not that one. This right here is the piece of cut off that is going to fit right here perfectly. And I'm going to be able to glue that down to the lid so you can be able to pull it with this. Sound like fun, huh? Alright, let's get this done. Now I decided to go ahead and cut this a little heavy too. That way later on I can sand it down smooth. So there's my line, but I kept it. It's maybe a 1/16 of an inch over. Okay, what I'm going to do is go ahead and glue this little tab onto the lid right now. And to make sure it gets orientated in the right place, I'm going to do it on the box itself. So, a little bit of glue. Alright, let's let that set up for a moment and then we'll come back and finish this up. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and work on the bottom now. So let's go ahead and measure this, the inside. It looks like 3 13/16. And what about this side? Yep, still 3 13/16. And the length is 11 1/4. So let's go ahead and cut that. Okay, the bottom fits like a glove, so let's take it all apart now and start gluing it up. Okay, I did say our next step was going to be gluing this up, but no, I misspoke. We got to do a bunch of sanding right now, so let's go ahead and get this sanding done, and then we will glue up. Alright, so let's get this done. Okay, there you go. Finished product. I got your finger joints on the side, or like I said, box joints, whichever you prefer to call it. A flush back, and even the lid, it got a sliding dado. Best part about it is the inside. Got you a nice displayed whiskey bottle there. Now you can put wood shavings in here to kind of dress it up, or just whatever you like. I even seen some people use craft paper just to give it color. Your decision, however you want to do this. The lid slides on pretty nicely. Hope you enjoyed it. If you like my video, please give me a thumbs up and don't forget to hit that subscribe button. My name is Shane, Shane's Hobby Shop, and we will see you next time.